You paid into Social Security your whole working life. One decision is left, and you only make it once. Two checks, same man, same earnings record, same Social Security number. One pays $1,400 a month. The other pays $2,480. The only thing separating them is the year he signed one piece of paper. Somewhere out there is an age where those two checks finally even out, where waiting has paid back every dollar it cost him. That age is 80 years and 4 months. Write it down, because almost everything written about this decision gets it wrong in one of three ways, and the third one doesn't cost you a cent. It costs whoever outlives you, around $830 a month for the rest of their life. June 30th, 1961. President Kennedy signs a set of amendments to the Social Security Act. One line in it let male workers retire early, at 62. Women already had that door. Men did not. It was meant as a mercy. A man whose body gave out at 62 no longer had to wait 3 years with nothing. But the mercy came with a price, and that price has never been repealed. So look at what it charges you. Social Security starts with one figure. Call it your full benefit, the amount you get if you start exactly at your full retirement age. Born in 1960 or later, that age is 67. Every claiming age is just a percentage of that one number. Start at 62, you get 70%. Not for a while, for good. Start at 67, 100%. Wait until 70, 124%. And most people picture this wrong. Social Security works it out month by month, not in whole years. Every month you claim early takes 5/9 of 1% off for the first 36 months, then 5/12 of 1% beyond that. Claim at 62 with a full retirement age of 67, and those 60 months add up to a 30% cut. Go the other way, past 67, and the government pays you 8% a year to wait. Then, the day you turn 70, that 8% stops. Cold. There is no bonus for holding out to 71. Waiting past 70 is the only outright wrong answer in this episode. Put money on it. Meet Ray. Ray is not a real person. He is a made-up example, so the arithmetic stays clean. Ray's full benefit is $2,000 a month. At 62, 70% of that is $1,400. At 70, 124% is $2,480. The gap is $1,080 every month for as long as he lives. Ray's 70 check is 77% bigger than his 62 check. But the 62 version has a head start, and the head start is money. 8 years of checks before the other, Ray collects anything. 96 months times $1,400, $134,400 banked. Obviously, the bigger check is bigger, so the arithmetic that matters is how long it takes that bigger check to dig out of a $134,000 hole. Divide 134,400 divided by 1,080 a month. 124 months, 10 years and 4 months. Ray turns 70, add 10 years and 4 months. 80 years and 4 months. That is the crossover. Before that birthday, claiming early one. After it, Waiting wins and keeps winning wider every year. That math leaves things out on purpose. It ignores taxes and what Ray might have earned investing those early checks. Cost of living raises apply to both sides, so they barely move the crossing point. This is clean arithmetic, not a forecast of your life. The story you have been told about this one is out of date. You have heard that most Americans grab the money at 62. That used to be true. In 1998, of the men who started retired worker benefits, 50.8% started at 62, over half. In 2024, the most recent year Social Security has published, it is 22.8%. It has cut itself in half. At the other end, men waiting until 70 or later went from about 1 in 100 to 8%, roughly 1 in 12, which raises the obvious question: are all those people who waited actually right? The crossover was 80 years and 4 months. So the decision turns into one uncomfortable question. Do you get there? Social Security publishes the table that answers it, built on 2023 mortality used in this year's trustees report. A man who reaches 62 today has, on average, 20.3 more years. That puts him at about 82. A woman who reaches 62 has 23.1 more years, about 85. Line those up against 80 years and 4 months. The average man clears it by roughly 2 years, the average woman by nearly 5. So on average, waiting wins. But sit with the word average because it is doing a lot of work. An average is the middle of a crowd, and half that crowd dies before it. It knows nothing about your blood pressure, your family history, or the job that wore your knees out. If you have a serious diagnosis today, the arithmetic flips. Now, the trap that catches people who claim early and keep working. Take benefits before your full retirement age while you are still earning, and Social Security holds back part of your check. In 2026, you can earn $24,480 with nothing withheld. Above that, they hold back $1 for every two. In the year you reach 67, it loosens a lot. The limit jumps to 65,160. They hold back only $1 for every three, and only for the months before your birthday month. Most people hear that and call it a tax on working seniors. It is not a tax. Read what the agency writes. Benefits withheld while you continue to work are not lost. Once you reach full retirement age, your monthly benefit is increased permanently to account for the months that were withheld. They are holding your money, not keeping it, and handing it back for the rest of your life in a bigger check. Everything so far treated this as one person's decision. For most married couples, it isn't. It is made for two people and it outlives one of them. Bring Ray back and give him a wife. Call her Carol, both made up. When Ray dies first, Carol does not keep both checks. Nobody does. She keeps the larger of the two, and which one that is was decided years earlier by Ray on the day he filed. The rule sits in Social Security's own operating manual. If Ray claimed early, Carol's survivor benefit is capped at the larger of two things, 82.5% of his full benefit, or the reduced amount Ray himself was getting. Run it. He claimed at 62, so he was collecting $1,400. 82.5% of his full benefit is $1,650. Carol gets the larger $1,650. Now rewind and let Ray wait until 70. Those delayed credits do not die with him. The manual says they carry into the survivor's benefit. Carol gets 2,480. 1650 against 2480. $830 a month for however many years Carol has left. Ray made that decision at 62, probably in an afternoon, probably without knowing Carol was in the room. There is no single right age here. There are 3 questions and they take about 10 minutes. First, is your health today close to average or clearly not? The crossover only cares about years. Second, are you married and are you the higher earner? Then your filing age is not really yours. You are setting the check for whoever outlives you. Third, are you still working and under 67? Find out what is actually being withheld and remember it is coming back to you. 62 is not a mistake, 70 is not a trophy, 80 years and 4 months is just where the 2 lines cross. Now you know which side of it you are planning for. If someone in your life is turning 62 this year, send this to them before they file. That paperwork is very hard to undo. And if you have already made this decision, say so below. What tipped it for you?